What's up, Snowtrax Nation? Luke here, bringing you guys a little quick walk around. I don't have a lot of time here, but I wanted to show you guys something pretty cool. I'm at the Expo here in Rovaniemi, Finland. It's a big Lynx event. It's actually not just Lynx, it's all manufacturers are here, but Lynx has a huge presence at this event. It's sort of one of the biggest trade show expos here in all of Scandinavia, really. Attended by so many people, all the manufacturers are here, but this is where Lynx released their new 600RS Race Sled. That's what you're looking at right now, and this thing is wild. As you can see, there's all kinds of guys, like the guys here from Sled Tracks getting their shots, but this sled in Finland and racing here is totally different than in North America because they don't have to have 500 units built. They can build one-off sleds if they want to race them. That's different than North America and how snowcross racing's set up in the US and Canada. So this is a hand-built race sled. They build somewhere between 25 and 50. This year it'll probably be less. Last year it was about 50. But as you can see, this is not a normal Lynx. This whole hood section here, the entire white part is one piece, comes off with the, it doesn't have a headlight, but comes off with the pod up here, just with a bunch of rubber straps. I think there's 6 rubber straps that hold it all on, and the whole thing comes off and you can access the entire engine. You can get right down inside. Everything is completely open. It's absolutely fantastic for working on sleds. I mean, back in my racing days, I wish we had access like this, and we still had clamshell hoods. The front suspension is similar to Skidoo's RS front suspension on their actual race sled. I'm going to in front of a shot here, just kind of cutting off other camera guys, but we're all friends. You can see that the tunnel at the back has been cut off. Now this is, I'd never seen a Lynx race sled before, even from last season. Apparently this is the way the last season's sled was as well, but this is absolutely the coolest thing I've ever seen, the way this is set up with this rear fascia, no tunnel at the back, no heat exchanger, but it's not needed in snowcross. You've got all these tunnel braces here in the footwell areas. I mean, this thing is an absolute beast. And then I'm gonna go around the other side and show you kind of a cool little feature here. So because it has no rear cooler, sitting on the line at a snowcross race, it can get overheated. So they made this little opening right here that you can shove snow in when you're sitting on the starting line, and the cooler is right underneath here on the tunnel. And you can shove snow in there while you're waiting on the starting line to keep the engine cool while it's idling. So super smart stuff that they've done with this sled. I'm going to show you the rear suspension here as well because it is totally bizarre. This is not a PPS3. This is a whole new deal. Man, I don't even know how to describe it. You've got this really big curved link here at the back. You can see how far back the upper wheels are. They're really far back on this. It's kind of strange to look at. The rear link actually slides in this little section of the rail right here. There's no lower link in this area as there usually would be, so they had to build in this slider down here. You can see the rails are all billet and very much lightened. You can see the limiter strap in the front is connected to the outside of the rail, not around the front cross brace, and that's so that they can adjust it easier. You can remove it easier if you want to by putting it in that location. This is a completely new skid frame from the PPS. They ran it at the end of last season in their race sleds, but for this season it's in all their hand-built race sleds. Totally bizarre. It is actually a coupled rear suspension. So where a PPS3 on the trail sleds are not coupled, this is coupled. And the engineers were explaining to us why that's preferable for this type of sled, to balance out the front end and to get it to corner. So yeah, pretty wild. This whole rear section here is one piece with the snow flap. It's all just integrated in, super lightweight. This sled is 12 kilograms lighter. I'm not really sure what that is in pounds. We'll have to do the math for you and we'll put it up on the screen, but 12 pounds lighter than Skidoo's race sled. And that is not a little bit. Now the other cool thing they've done is they have moved the air box from up here, where it would normally sit way up high in the top of the, sort of up by the handlebars, just under the handlebars. They've moved it right down here underneath the spar and basically just in front of the seat as low as it can get, which helps centralize mass. They said it's extremely centralized mass, low center of gravity. The fuel tank is still in the same spot under the seat, But with the airbox lower, you actually lower the center of gravity of the sled and centralize the mass a considerable amount more. So pretty wild. You can see this whole front piece here is all, the whole hood and everything is all one piece, comes off all as one piece. And then there's no headlight, just this little pod at the top. Obviously you've got, you know, just a tiny little gauge. Oops, I'll get a good shot for you. Just a tiny little gauge up here. You know, there's really sparse amenities, I guess I would say, but what a wild looking sled. I thought you guys would want to see this and get a little bit of information on it, because we won't see these in North America, that's for sure. But as soon as they pulled the sheets off it, I was like, wow, this is totally, I don't know, this is going back to the old days of snowcross when you could build one-off sleds in a mod class. That's what this is like. And these are hand-built. These are not production line built. These are all hand-built in the race shop. So, you know, very specialized, very limited quantities, and obviously there's no holds barred here. You can do whatever you want, and they did. And they've created one of the coolest looking snowmobiles I think I've ever seen. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to check it out. I was impressed. I figured you would be too. So if you have any questions about it, leave you know, comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Unfortunately, I can't start this one, so I always forget to start the sleds when I do walkarounds. In this case, I can't, so you're just gonna have to live with it. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll have more stuff from the Expo here coming up online shortly, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys.